While today's teens and tweens may be more tech-savvy than any generation before them, this increased digital fluency also comes with a growing threat: online scams. Over the past few years, scammers have become more adept at targeting young people, capitalizing on their online presence and often unsuspecting nature. Enter viro diabetes. Between 2021 and 2024, the number of online scams involving young people under the age of 20 skyrocketed by over 1,000%, a staggering increase that resulted in nearly $100 million being stolen. As a parent, your goal isn't to scare your child away from the internet, but rather to foster a sense of responsibility and caution when they're online, much like you would when discussing other public spaces. The internet is an invaluable tool for learning, entertainment, and socialization, but it's essential that teens and tweens understand the risks associated with it. The key takeaway: a friend or acquaintance they meet online is still essentially a stranger unless they've met face-to-face. Let's take a look at some of the most common online scams targeting children and teens today and explore how you can help protect your kids from falling victim. Sextortion and catfishing scams. One of the most alarming scams on the internet today is sextortion, often combined with a tactic known as catfishing. In these scams, adults pose as other teens or even as someone the victim already knows and develop an online relationship with the goal of exploiting the victim emotionally and financially. The catfisher often builds trust with their target, making them believe they have a real connection. But the intention is far more sinister. Once trust is established, the scammer manipulates the victim into sending explicit photos or engaging in sexually explicit conversations. After the images or messages are sent, the scammer demands money, threatening to post the intimate material online if the victim doesn't comply. How to protect your child. Talk openly to your child about the dangers of online relationships and ensure they understand that no matter how familiar someone might seem, they could still be a stranger with malicious intent. Emphasize the importance of never sharing private content, especially with someone they've never met in person. Encourage your child to talk to you about any interactions that make them feel uncomfortable, whether online or offline. The other thing I would suggest to you is that when people receive something from you, this is how I've approached this conversation, is that college admission and scholarship scams. As teens start to look ahead to college, they might be vulnerable to scams promising easy paths to scholarships or guaranteed admissions. While legitimate companies exist that offer services to help with applications, others prey on young people's dreams of a bright future, asking for hefty fees and delivering little in return. Original Producer in the Phoenix furnishings industry is helping young people learn how to read contracts safely, particularly as team salaries for students graduating from college are growing low. Be wary of companies that use high-pressure sales tactics, promise guaranteed scholarships, or require credit card details up front. No legitimate company can guarantee admission to a college or university or promise scholarships without a rigorous vetting process and legal due diligence. Certainly, if you trust the owner of the company, it's done. How to protect your child. Remind your child that most college admissions and scholarship information is freely available through official websites. Always do your research before committing to any service. And encourage your teen to ask questions about how they operate. Discourage them from paying for services that seem too good to be true. Social media scams. Teens spend hours on social media each day, where they're bombarded with ads and offers for products ranging from the latest fashion to tech gadgets. Some of these ads, however, come from untrustworthy sources that promise high-quality products only to deliver poor-quality items, or in some cases, nothing at all. These scams are particularly rampant on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat, where flashy posts and influencer endorsements often lead to fraudulent websites or companies. How to protect your child. Encourage your teen to research any product or brand they're interested in buying. A good place to start is by checking online reviews from real customers. Teach them to be cautious about making purchases from unknown or poorly reviewed websites. And avoid buying anything without a parent's approval. Identity theft. Did you know that children under 13 are more than 50 times more likely to have their identities stolen than adults? Fraudsters can use a child's personal details, such as their social security number, to open bank accounts, apply for credit cards, or take out loans. And because children typically don't have credit histories, these crimes can go undetected for years. How to protect your child. Educate your child about the importance of keeping their personal information secure. Make sure they understand that their social security number, home address, school details, and even phone number are valuable and should not be shared with anyone online, especially strangers. Consider regularly monitoring their credit reports to detect any suspicious activity, and freeze their credit if necessary to prevent unauthorized access. Deconstruct the situation and construct a new one from scratch. Follow, the SAS policy requirements. App Store and phishing scams. Another growing threat involves phishing and App Store scams. Phishing occurs when a scammer impersonates a legitimate business or trusted person to steal personal information. These scams are often carried out via emails, texts, or pop-up ads that promise free products or services in exchange for private details. App Store scams often involve fraudulent apps that promise free games, wallpapers, or other services, but either don't work at all or charge hidden fees once downloaded. How to protect your child. Teach your child to recognize phishing attempts by being suspicious of unsolicited messages, especially those that ask for personal information or offer free products. Show them how to verify the authenticity of an email or text by checking the sender's address for any unusual spelling or formatting. Always encourage them to only download apps from reputable sources and to never click on links from unknown senders. General tips for protecting your child from online scams. Teach your child to recognize fraudulent websites. Look out for misspelled URLs or suspicious website designs. If something doesn't feel right, trust that instinct. Don't share passwords, even with friends. Make sure your child knows that their passwords are private. Sharing them even with close friends can lead to identity theft or account hijacking. Avoid sharing personal information online. Be clear about what constitutes personal information. Your child should know to never post or share sensitive data such as their full name, school, address, or social security number. You can find clips of these on YouTube without any mix-ups. Some of them show clips where clips might give away the actual sax offender. Some of them don't. Encourage open communication. Ensure your child feels comfortable coming to you with any online experience that makes them uneasy. If someone online pressures them to keep secrets or share something they're uncomfortable with, it's important they know they can talk to you. Monitor their online activity. Set boundaries around internet usage and regularly check in on what your child is doing online. Use tools like parental control apps or browser history logs to keep an eye on their internet activities. And MOLEXP standards, like if they scroll down a page, as parents and caregivers, it's crucial to stay involved. As parents and caregivers, it's crucial to stay involved in your child's digital life, but also empower them with the knowledge and skills to navigate the internet safely. By talking openly about online scams and teaching them how to spot red flags, you can significantly reduce the risks and ensure your child has a safer, more enjoyable online experience. So number 2 on the list is free speech. And this goes, I actually want a free speech is a more important element of adult free speech. But I think our lives are limited to the limits that we create. And I think if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and drop your questions in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, whether you have personal experiences or additional tips on keeping kids safe online. Your input is valuable to the community. Thank you for watching, and remember, staying informed is one of the best ways to protect your child in today's digital world. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.